It's one of the most terrifying creatures to ever exist, a 60-foot-long predator with teeth the size of your hand. The megalodon ruled the oceans millions of years ago, but what if it never went extinct? What would it mean for marine life, humans, and the planet as a whole? Stay with us because in this video, we're diving into a world where the megalodon still roams the seas. The megalodon, or Carcharicles megalodon, wasn't just a big shark. It was a true oceanic monster. Growing up to 60 feet long and weighing as much as 50 tons, this apex predator was built for destruction. It wasn't just a larger version of the great white shark. It was something far more terrifying. Its name, Megalodon, translates to giant tooth, and for a good reason. Its teeth could reach lengths of over 7 inches, and some fossilized teeth have been discovered measuring up to 10 inches. To put that into perspective, let's talk about the sheer force this predator commanded. The megalodon's bite force could reach an astonishing 18 tons, about 10 times greater than a great white shark. Imagine the strength required to crush the bones of a whale with a single bite. Its jaws were so powerful that it could bite through the thick bones of giant marine mammals like whales and giant sea turtles, making it one of the deadliest predators to ever roam the earth. But why did the megalodon go extinct? Well, scientists believe the megalodon vanished about 3.6 million years ago during a period of significant environmental and ecological change. The most critical factors in its extinction were climate change, prey scarcity, and competition. First, climate change played a massive role in the megalodon's downfall. During the ice ages, the planet's climate began to cool, and ocean temperatures dropped. Megalodons were warm water creatures, and the colder seas didn't provide the ideal environment for these massive predators to thrive. Their metabolism and hunting strategies would have been severely impacted by the changing temperatures. Second, prey scarcity played a role. The megalodon primarily preyed on large marine mammals, particularly whales. However, as the oceans cooled, the number of prey species, such as whales, also began to change. With shifting habitats and migrations, the megalodon's food sources were dwindling, making survival difficult for such a colossal predator. And third, competition. Smaller, faster predators like the great white shark began to evolve and compete for the same resources, especially as the ocean's food chains became more complex. These more agile predators could catch smaller fish and mammals more efficiently, leaving the slower megalodon at a disadvantage. But what if the megalodon didn't go extinct? What if it somehow adapted and survived into the present day? Let's think about the implications. Imagine this, a massive predator lurking in the unexplored depths of the ocean, patiently waiting for its next meal. How would it impact the modern world? The ocean, as vast as it is still largely unexplored. In fact, about 95% of the ocean remains a mystery to us. Deep, dark trenches, like the Mariana Trench, which plunges over 36,000 feet below sea level, could easily serve as the perfect hiding place for a creature like the megalodon. These areas are cold, dark, and relatively inaccessible to humans, offering a near-perfect sanctuary for a massive predator to roam undetected. Some marine experts speculate that such creatures might still lurk in these deep-sea trenches, beyond the reach of human exploration. But even in these remote areas, it would be a challenge for the megalodon to find enough food to sustain itself. The energy required to sustain a predator of that size, needing up to 2,500 pounds of food a day, would mean that only the largest, most abundant prey could support it. Would this massive predator be able to adapt to a changing environment? Or would it remain confined to these depths, rarely interacting with the world above? If Megalodon were still alive, marine ecosystems would undergo dramatic changes. The megalodon's primary diet consisted of whales, giant sea turtles, and large fish species, and if it were still around today, those species would be under constant threat. Whale populations, already vulnerable due to human activity, could face near extinction. If the megalodon fed on whales the way it did millions of years ago, entire populations could be wiped out, with devastating consequences for marine ecosystems. The megalodon's appetite was insatiable, and it didn't just affect one species. The entire food chain would be altered. The megalodon would likely target apex species and could even push certain marine mammals, like the sperm whale, into extinction. The imbalance caused by the megalodon's predatory dominance could send ripple effects throughout the ecosystem, altering species diversity and abundance on a global scale. But it's not just marine mammals that would be affected. Fisheries around the world would likely suffer catastrophic losses. The megalodon could easily decimate entire schools of fish, which are crucial to the food chain and global fishing industries. With the megalodon's insatiable hunger, the world's oceans could become far less productive, potentially leading to food shortages and economic collapse in coastal communities that depend on fish as a resource. Now let's consider humans. A world where megalodon sightings are as common as great white shark sightings today. The oceans would be an infinitely more dangerous place for anyone involved in maritime activities. Fishing boats, submarines, and even commercial cargo ships would be at risk of being attacked by this massive predator. Though megalodons are not known to attack humans specifically, their sheer size and strength could easily sink a boat or damage underwater infrastructure. Coastal communities would live in constant fear, with new regulations and restrictions on the ocean's use. Fishing would become far more dangerous, and cruise ships would likely avoid certain oceanic routes where megalodon activity is prevalent. In the realm of marine research, studying the megalodon would become an entirely new field of study. Would humans attempt to capture and study such a creature? Could we weaponize it for military purposes, perhaps using its natural predatory skills for defense? It raises a lot of questions about how we might interact with such an apex predator, one that's arguably more powerful than anything we've encountered before. Despite all the speculation and fascination with the megalodon, scientists overwhelmingly agree that the megalodon is long extinct. No evidence has ever been found to suggest that it still exists. While deep-sea discoveries are ongoing, the absence of fresh megalodon fossils, living specimens, or clear sonar evidence makes it highly unlikely that a creature of that size could remain hidden for millions of years. But just because it's unlikely doesn't mean we can completely rule it out. The deep ocean is still one of the least understood environments on Earth. Who knows what other giant creatures or prehistoric survivors could still be lurking in its depths? As much as we like to think we've discovered everything about our planet, we're still only scratching the surface. So if the megalodon were still alive, how would we adapt? Would we attempt to study it, capture it, or even weaponize its incredible power? Or would it become a symbol of how little we truly know about the deep ocean? A reminder that, despite our technological advancements, we remain humble in the face of nature's mysteries? One thing's for sure, the megalodon's existence would completely change our understanding of the ocean. We'd no longer view the seas as the final frontier for exploration, but as a vast, unpredictable world where creatures of unimaginable size and power could still roam. It would remind us just how small and vulnerable we are when faced with the raw power of nature. The megalodon may be gone, but its legacy lives on. It's a reminder of the incredible creatures that once ruled the oceans and how quickly ecosystems can change. While it's unlikely the megalodon still exists, the thought of such a powerful predator hiding in the depths sparks our imagination. And maybe, just maybe, it stirs a bit of fear. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of the megalodon, hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell for more incredible content. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.